your youth should be spent on building and establishing your relationship with God. Very important. This is the greatest and most profitable investment you can do with your youth. It should be spent on building and establishing your relationship with God. If you must amount to something great in the future, make sure that you are established with God, grounded with God. Let me show you a few scriptures now in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. What should you do with your youth? What should your youth be spent for? One, and most importantly, building and establishing your relationship with God. Because your future, your destiny depends on this. The outcome of your future depends on this. If you miss this part in your youthful age, you will struggle in your future. Chapter 12 of the book of Ecclesiastes, verse 1, it says, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth. Do you see it now? It said, remember now thy Creator. Submit to Him now. Yield to Him now. Acknowledge Him now in the days of thy youth. He now said, while the evil days come not. What does that tell you? It means that the evil days will still come. The days that will be so trying, that will be so, troubling, that if you are not grounded in your youth, if you're not established in God, you might be overcome. That is why you see many people in their older age, they begin to run from pillar to post, particularly the sisters. They said, oh, they are looking for this man of God, they're looking for this man of God to pray for me, to anoint me, to wash me with water. And because they fail to establish their work with God in their younger age, they are now being exploited. Because now they are desperate, they are being troubled, maybe in their homes, maybe in their life, and they are looking for a way out. And so they are being tormented, and also they go to from one house to a house to the other, looking for respite. And because they have failed to establish, they have failed to build a relationship with God, they are being exploited by the people they are going to meet. So I tell you, young girl, you must make sure that you establish, you build your relationship with God in your youth. Let me show you somebody in the book of Psalms. You see that had this understanding is the person of David, and you see that it was from his youth that he knew his God, and it helped him. Chapter 71 of Psalms, verse 5 and verse 17. Chapter 71 of Psalms, verse 5 and 17. It says in verse 5, for thou art my hope, O Lord God. Thou art my trust from my youth. You see it. Don't let anybody deceive you that serving God is only for old people. The earlier you find God, the better for you. He said, thou art my hope, O Lord God. Thou art my trust from my youth. Look at it in verse 17. It says, O God, thou hast taught me from my youth. From his youth, he had known God. From his youth, he had encountered God. From his youth, he had been taught of God. So I say to you, young boy, your youthful age, amongst other things you must do, is for you to establish and build your relationship with God.